What is up, guys? Pie Muffin here, and we are back with some more Trails Through Daybreak 2. Last time we finished off Act 1A, which ended with us finding out the kid that was looking for his father wasn't actually his kid. It was this guy named Ix who was pretending to be this guy's kid so he could find the fragment of the 8th Genesis, which we were able to get back. But unfortunately, the kid's father passed away after being shot through the heart, so we were unable to save him. But now we're going to continue with Act 1B and see what is happening in the capital with Swin, Nadia, and Elaine. So let's go ahead and get started. So obviously these acts aren't after each other. They pretty much roughly happened at the same time. So yeah, so as you see, we go back to 227.
いい加減諦めろ。
そうそう、なあちゃんたちからはどうやったって逃げられないから。
だから詐欺なんて知らないって言ってるだろ。
この人まだとぼけるつもりみたい。ちょっと頭がかわいそうな人かな。
仕方がないさ。手口も三流だしな。足がつくような証拠が多すぎて途中から全部集めるのを諦めたくらいだ。
クソガキどもがなめやがって。
詐欺に加えて傷害未遂。また罪が重くなったな。
本性も表したみたいだし、今度こそ言い訳なしだよ。
分かった、認めよう。だがその上で提案がある。今回の稼ぎの半分を君たちに譲るから、それで見逃してくれないか。どうせ元傷害犯のクズから騙し取ったものだ。気にすることはない。
呆れたな。いくら前科があったとしてもミラを騙し取っていい理由にはならない。
確かに臨時収入はいくらでも欲しいけど、そんな汚いミラじゃ気持ちよく遊べないよ。
See, even Nadia has standards.
からずやのガキどもめ。だったら俺をどうするって言うんだ。警察に突き出すか、それともギルドか。言っとくが、そんなことをしたらそちらの依頼人だって無傷じゃ済まねえぞ。クズは永遠にクズだ。いくら改心したからって普通の人間と同じ生活なんて一生送れるはずがねえんだよ。
クズは永遠にクズ。確かに一理あるかも。
What he's saying hits home with them.
どんなに逃げたところで過去はまとわりつくものだ。
けどそれをちゃんと受け入れた上で前を向き始めた人を侮辱するのはなあちゃんとしては不愉快だよ。
ああ、そんな決意を踏みにじるやつを俺たちは決して許さない。
ギルド？警察？なあちゃんたちがそんな甘っちょろい連中に任せるとでも？
下道には下道を。人知れず犯罪者を一人消す方法なんていくらでもある。
なんなんだお前たちは。どうしてあんな連中の味方をする。せっかくあの目障りな裏解決屋が首都から離れたタイミングを狙ったのに。
なるほど、生地情報通だっただけに愚行に走ったわけか。
確かに今裏解決屋さんは首都にいないよ。その代わりなあちゃんたちがいる。
俺たちは裏解決屋代行だ。
Substitute, it just reminds me of Bleach. Substitute Soul Reaper. 5 days earlier. Substitute Spriggans, us? Temporarily, yeah. What do you think? I think some advance notice would have been nice. What would we have to do exactly? It's just like it sounds, you acting as my proxies. That means taking on any 4SPG requests that crop up while I'm out of town. This offers here would be yours to use as a base of operations. I'll even hook you up with some contacts of mine you might find handy. Sounds like a pretty good deal, actually. Think of 4 SPGs as a way to get the lay of the land, make connections, and gather intel. Heck, they might even help you pick up some dirt on whatever it is you're looking for. That's how I'd approach it, anyway. So that's what you meant by substitute Spriggans. It does make sense. Yeah, I considered doing the whole part-time assistant thing again, but with how long I'll be gone, this felt like a better option. Plus, with them taking care of the place, you won't have to bother. You guys can handle it just fine, right? We've got a lifetime of experience to fall back on, so the requests themselves won't be a problem. But are you sure it's okay for us to be playing Spriggan? I mean, don't you guys have some special style of doing things? To an extent. You don't have to take on every 4 SPG, and once you do, there's no hard and fast rules on how to get it done. Those parts will be 100% up to you guys. That said, whatever you end up doing, just make sure it's something you can live with. At the end of the day, that's all our style really boils down to, and I always follow it the best I can. Aww! I see. So he's obviously looking out for the fact that they don't want to kill. Obviously, Van had to take a few lives in the first game, which is something that no matter what happens, they would not be okay with doing. Think about how many people did Van actually kill. He had to kill Aida in Chapter 1. Then he really didn't kill anyone again until we were dealing with the Almada guys. And I believe the only ones who actually die are Arioch, Melchior, and then Gerard himself. So Van, at bare minimum, took 4 lives in the first game. Well, I'm sold. We'll take you up on your offer. Starting today, we're your new substitute Spriggans. Since you're both still finding your footing in Edith, I'll lend you as much support as I can. You've got school to worry about. like a dad, like a overprotective dad over here. I'll keep it within reason, just enough so it doesn't interfere with my studies. Hey, it's your education. For what it's worth, we'd appreciate the help. Yeah, you could show us the ropes, Aggie. Of course, I'd be more than happy to. Well, we'll hash things out in more detail tomorrow. In the meantime, there's a free room upstairs. Should be fine for you to crash there for, in Bergard's room. For a while. That man running the bistro downstairs is the landlord, right? We'll ask if he's okay with it. Either way, it'll take a day for us to head back to the inn and get our luggage together. That makes it... What? Guess that makes this ta-ta for now, I assume? It's like I said before when she had the whole Riz thing, is that she's very hip with the modern slang. You know, and I thought yesterday was busy. There sure has been a lot going on lately. It feels like last year all over again. Yeah, well, personally, I don't miss having to dig my way out of mortal peril every 5 seconds. The only digging I want to do right now is into that creamy cocoa pudding I've been saving, of course. He can pretend otherwise, but I know Van would be the first of us to jump headlong into danger. My pudding! Her face. Van? It's gone. Oh, tell me this isn't happening. Wait, what's with this note? Thanks for the pudding. It was delish. Nadia. She wasn't messing around. That little sneak actually ate the damn thing. It was only available for a limited time. Sob. I'm going to miss him while he's away. But at least things won't be boring around here. Yeah, I mean, it's just part of her routine now to come there, you know, every so often. Oh, there she is.
あーちゃんお疲れ よ。すごい。あっという間でしたね。
Well, you gotta. I mean, obviously Agnes wouldn't know this too deeply, but they were trained assassins.
それにしても。
さっさとミラを出せ。
もう返したじゃないか。
分かってないな。慰謝料が足りないよね。
奪ったミラをただ返して終わりなわけがないだろう。早く出した方が身のためだぞ。
右半身を穴だらけにするか、左半身を穴だらけにするか。
She's bluffing, obviously, but he's not gonna know that.
なあちゃんは優しいから好きな方を選ばせてあげるね。
Although, to be fair, she is so skilled enough she could probably find ways of hurting him without actually killing him.
うわあ、わかった。出すから。もう許してくれ。
この絵面、一体どっちが悪人なんでしょう。
So it's interesting, they show Elaine on the chapter, but Agnes is the one here first. So at some point I assume there's gonna be a trade-off. Because I don't remember the small stuff like this. I remember the general overview of each one of these acts, like what happens. Like obviously, with the act we just finished, I remember that's when we first get introduced to Ix and all that. But I don't remember the minute-by-minute thing, because you gotta remember, I played this game initially in 2022, so it's been like 2.5 years. Alright, the client got their mirror back with interest. That's one more request in the bag. Another job well done, you two. I know the plan was for me to walk you through Edith with some 4 SPGs, but it turns out you never needed it. I suppose there wasn't much point in me tagging along. I wouldn't say that at all. With you around, I only have to make half as many snappy retorts at Nadia, and that's priceless. Oh, so that's what you meant. You helped with plenty of other things, too. Take that con man. We wouldn't have caught him half as fast if you hadn't picked up on him. Yep, it was a total cakewalk thanks to you, Aggie. Really? That makes me feel a little better. But you know, we can take it from here for today. You still have prep work to do for the festival, right? Yeah, go get on that. The two of us have this down pat. Well, if you're absolutely sure, I'll come back later tonight to bring you some snacks. You really don't have to put yourself out for us. Not that we'd ever say no to free eats. Anyway, have fun at school. See you later, Agnes. You, finally, Little Miss Chaperone has left the building. Now I can spend my whole day slacking off. And that differs from any other day, how? Well, for one thing, I won't have Aggie giving me grief for bumming around. Ever consider not bumming around? Oh, how convenient. The moment Agnes leaves, Elaine shows up.
休業中。ちゃんといるじゃない。
あんたはギルドの。
休業中って言ったのに。バンさんならいないよ。今は長期出張中。知ってるわ。一応本人に聞いたから。もちろんあなたたちのこともね。
I would have kind of liked for Elaine and Agnes to be helping them together, though.
代行とはいえ、裏解決屋に休業なんてないでしょ。
Yeah. When does Van ever taken a vacation besides the long line trip?
だとさ。
あーちゃんの後にまた厄介な。なーちゃんのゴロゴロライフがどんどん遠ざかっていくよ。
So what brings Beauty's Blade here? I could understand if Van were around. This has nothing to do with him. Rather, I have a request to make of you in particular. Specifically, are you subcontracting the way people do with Van? Not quite. Technically, this would be more of a collaborative effort. I'd like your assistance with a case I'm working on. Now I'm even more confused. What kind of help can we offer one of the guild's top bracers? Let me explain. Edith's orbital network is currently experiencing minor delays and interruptions. They aren't quite frequent enough to constitute a major problem just yet. But something similar occurred last year in Basel, and it turned out to be far more severe than initially assumed. With that in mind, we can't afford to leave this matter be. I'm not too caught up on the incident in Basel, but wasn't Almada the one behind it? Yes, of course I realize it's unlikely this is anywhere close to that scale. But that doesn't mean some other criminal isn't employing a similar method. So this is a troubleshooting job. Wouldn't someone else out there be a better fit for this sort of thing? Heck, there's even a famous super hacker here in Edith who's been in the game since the OrbitalNet was born. Yep, our girl Ren. The girl you're referring to is otherwise engaged. In fact, it was she who directed me to you. That explains it. Geez, Ren, throw us under the bus much. So how about it? Is this 4SPG to your liking? Better reschedule your slacking appointment, Nadia. Fine, whatever. I'm a big girl. I can do stuff when I have to. And hey, we might find a clue about you-know-what we're looking for along the way. You know what? It's settled then. Archive Solutions substitute Spriggans are on the case. Looking forward to working with you, Elaine. The pleasure's all mine. Well, no time to waste. Mind filling us in on what you know so far? Unfortunately, there isn't much to go on yet. A Communications Bureau representative did send us a statistical report on the network failures, however. If you don't mind giving me your contact info, I can forward it to your Ziffas. Sure thing. Yeah, I'm down. Nothing about these numbers struck me as conspicuous. I don't see any obvious patterns either. Well, we know Nadia is good with tech, so... All I can really glean is that the occurrences are limited to inside the capital. We could probably figure something out if we had a larger sample size. You're not wrong, but these service problems are just infrequent enough to keep us in the dark. Indeed, which gives us every reason to believe they're being done deliberately. Yeah, something definitely feels off about this. We just dealt with some orbital network trouble ourselves a little bit ago. You mean in the Martian Garden? I'd say it's less dealt with and more still dealing with. Maybe I'm off the mark, but do you think it's related? The Martian Garden. I've been able to access it myself. Whether or not it's any bearing to this case, however, may be difficult to determine. Don't quote me on this, but I'd say the probability is pretty slim. On what basis? The Martian Garden's got a wide service area with coverage across both Calvert and Orin State. But only the capital's having issues, leaving us with a bunch of pieces that don't fit. I don't know if anything's changed now that the signal's been hijacked. But the Garden's original main server is probably in Orin, where Marduk's headquarters is. In which case, it wouldn't make sense for Edith to be affected before Orin. Pretty much, yeah. If you ask me, we're dealing with something totally different here. I see. Your reasoning is sound. Say we narrowed our search down to Edith, what locations would you find suspect? Well, going by the data, the delays and interruptions are popping up all willy-nilly. It's almost like someone doesn't want us to dig deeper, so they're randomizing the values to throw us off track. Meaning what exactly? If the location and frequency of these outages are being manually controlled over the whole city, then we should be able to narrow down the source of the interference. Now I get it. There are only so many places in Edith that could emit an orbital signal that strong, which leaves Tryon Tower as our most likely candidate. And with that, we have our destination. You know, I've got a funny feeling this is all just one big test. But yeah, I guess you're all set now. Happy trails. Hope it all goes well. You're not getting off that easily. Aww. The two of you are exactly as Fee described. Fee told you about us? Oh yeah, I heard she was in Edith for a little while. What'd she say? In brief, that you were very capable for your age, and that your dynamic never failed to warm her heart. Capable I get, but where'd the second part come from? Just what kind of impression did we leave on those guys? Aw, what are you getting all huffy about? I don't think she meant it in a bad way. Sounded more to me like she was calling us a perfect pair. You're entitled to that opinion. Still, it works. You and me do make a perfect pair of partners. Guess we'll have to buckle down and prove her right. That's one interpretation. Not the one I would have gone for, though. Aww. I can't help but be reminded of how we were back in the day. Van would always try to worm his way out of things, and I'd have to be the one to drag him along. Something on your mind? Not at all. Now, let's head over to Tryon Tower in the 3rd District. If they were similar in any way, it would be genders opposite. Swin is more like Elaine, and Nadia is more like Van. Fine. Off we go, then. It's probably what she was getting at, though. Before we leave, did you remember to... You did remember to bring it, right? You mean the thing Aggie gave me? Yeah, I've got it. The Ocgenesis. 8 devices left behind by Professor Epstein. Plus a sentient hollow and the Grendel. Almost sounds like a fairy tale. I wish, but they're all too real, and now we've got one more in the mix. Yep, the red Grendel. The Crimson. The dark red Grendel is so sinister looking, almost like a beast. Maybe you've got a long-lost brother, Van. I seriously doubt it. It's a real threat for sure. My gut keeps telling me it's something that shouldn't exist. Yeah, and then there's the way things got all paranormal on me. What do you mean? It's hard to describe, not to mention my memory's a little hazy. Can't say how, but I wager it has something to do with the Genesis. You two just be careful while you're out there, okay? No promises, but sure. We'll keep our eyes peeled for any ghosties and ghoulies. Hey, I'm being serious here. Nadia Swin, you should take this with you. A Genesis? But this was your great-grandpa's. It's yours to remember him by. Are you sure you'd feel okay leaving it with us? Between my studies and school festival, my schedule is a lot busier than usual. So I'm not sure how often I'll be around to help out. It's more for peace of mind, but think of this as a good luck charm of sorts. You did say these things have triggered strange phenomena before. Alright, we'll hang on to it. We promise to take extra good care of it. I want you to have one too, Van. We don't even know if they'll react without you around. But if it makes you feel better, then why not? Might as well, seeing as the 8 Genesis is still out there somewhere. Well, thankfully, unlike the prologue, we didn't end up needing it in Van's Act 1. There was no death and rewind to be happening there. Don't worry, I put it inside Marquee Bear Mark II for safekeeping. Maybe now we'll run into something paranormal ourselves. I sure hope not. Well, we got our group for this act. We have a bit of time to spare. Is there anywhere you'd like to go beforehand? Now that you mention it, there are probably some new 4SPGs posted. We can just put those off till later, though. On the contrary, it'd be best to take care of them sooner rather than later. I'd even be willing to lend a hand. You would? I thought Spriggan business was below you A-rank bracers. Propriety aside, my involvement will speed up the process. And while I know it isn't the same as if Van were here, I would like to take this opportunity to see a Spriggan's day-to-day life myself. Well, if you're sure it's fine, we could use the help. Better yet, you can go solo and get a hands-on look. If you need me, I'll be taking a nap upstairs. Nice try. You're no fun today. At any rate, I'll leave the particulars of our agenda up to you two. Anything urgent we had should be wrapped up by now. So the guild's request to take top priority. If there's room for a few more, that's fine too. Alrighty, let's get cracking. So we got our group here, Swin, Nadia, and Elaine. You can say hello to everyone while we're here. Oh, hello, it's good to see you all. I've heard you two have been hard at work recently. Yeah, and I definitely overdid it a little. I don't think I can move another step unless there's a reward waiting for me. You'll survive. Do you think some coffee would help? I could also get you a tart tatin if you'd like. A moment of reprieve offered by our beauteous landlady. I suppose we got no choice but to accept such largesse. Don't you think you should be cutting down on the sweets, Nadia? La la la, can't hear you. Are they always like this? Well, feel free to take a seat, alright? You're hungry? Well, I guess I can't be too surprised. Growing kids need to eat their fill after all, so hurry up and tell me what you want. It seems Victor has a soft spot for children. Yeah, and he's a good cook, too. He tends to nag a lot, but I'm sure he's just looking out for us. Yeah, everyone under his roof, he looks after. Even though he's very, you know, confrontational with Van, it is because he wants the best for him. Obviously we don't have access to these rooms right now because everyone's away. However, we can look in here. Yeah, so I guess when Burgard left, he took his stuff along with him. Oh, look, it's the photo. It's kind of hard to see from this angle, but you can see Lapis, Swin, and Nadia in there. I don't know if you can see Rufus in there, but... Alright, so this is their room for now. They got everything they need. See, this game really just made me happy because Elaine is finally a full party member, like, actually involved in everything. You can equip her, whatever you want to put on her, you know, unlike the first game. Because, like, in the first game, when did we have access to her? Chapter 2, Chapter 5. You had that one section in, I believe it was chapter... It was after Chapter 4, but before the interlude stuff, where Van and Elaine went to rescue the idol girl. And then, of course, we had her outside in the finale chapter before we went into the final dungeon. You guys head out again? Well, I guess I can't nag you for not being diligent with work, huh? Keep at it while you're still young, kiddos. Working hard so you earn respect in this world. Yeah, totally. I'm retiring as soon as I can. I'd say something, but I'm really not up for hearing a lecture right now. Oh, I definitely gotta get Elaine unlocked with some stuff. Rebecca hasn't gone outside in over a decade now. She's been working really hard to overcome her fears, though. Tried just about everything you can think of. But her main roadblock is talking to people she's not familiar with. Well, I'm sure she'll get it someday. Surely. Wait. Oh, right, we gotta talk to her about this stuff. Right, that's good enough. That'll help for now. I can worry about the particulars later. It's really not going to matter until I'm doing my nightmare run of everything. Okay, so... yeah, I need a lot more. And that's just all the stuff we have right now, so... And like I said, I really don't want to buy more stuff. You know, actually spending money on, or spending Sepith on quartz, I really don't feel like doing. Worst comes to worst, I could always just do some off-screen farming in the Martian Garden. But for now, I'll just leave things how they are. All right, let's take a look at our first. So it looks like we got 2 4 SPGs. We got one in Old Town and one in Station Street. And we haven't even gotten to go to the Tryon Tower section. This will be the first time we get to. Obviously, you can. I believe you can. Let's grab this first.
どれどれ
Large, dangerous. Okay, monster.
あったな新しい 4SPG
お花はいかがですか？なあちゃん的には見なかったことにしてもいいと思うな。
それじゃあ2人ともお手並み拝見ね。
笑顔で押し切られてしまったなあちゃんでした。
見るのはただだよ。また来るんだよ。
I believe you can see Tryon Tower from the roof. I know in the next game you can see it from the roof. I don't know if you can see it from here in this game. Oh no, yeah, you can see. You can see it in the distance over there. Alright, I think we are done in this section. Obviously, the monster we have to deal with it. Actually, you know what? Let's deal with that now. And then we'll end the video after handling this monster. And then we'll handle the other optional 4 SPG next time. Oh, there's a bus here. Okay. So this is like similar to what they had in Crossbell with the bus, you know, taking people out of the city and stuff like that. It's just obviously, since Zero on Azure, you know, road travel is a lot more common. A lot more people just have cars. Is it this way? Yep. We were here last game, at the beginning of Chapter 3. I feel like you have a lot more fresher movement in this game than, obviously, Daybreak 1. Like, even though there isn't a lot that's changed outside of, like, us being able to use arts now, I do feel like the movement is smoother as well. You know what I may consider doing? After this video, before we do the next one, what I may do is do the other 2 attempts on floor 1 and 2 in the Martian Garden, not only to get some extra levels, but just to get some extra rewards. Because I'm definitely not going to do that in a video, just redoing the floors. So that is something I think I will consider. Oh yeah, they don't have accessories on. Sure. Prevents mute, prevents burn. Sure. Speed. And critical. And you have stuff on. Guess we're not getting away from you.
ってみましょうか。
I don't have much bait left, so
かかった。あら、珍しそうな魚ね。
rainbow trout. Alright, so we have the carp, the rainbow trout. I need the third fish.
かかった。あら、珍しそうな魚ね。
Rainbow trout. Except I can't. I don't have any bait.
や
Do
っ
we
てみ
even
ましょ
have
う
any
か。
more bait? No. So, yeah. We will, I'll have to fish more in the future.
そこよ。
イエーイ、やったね。
いい感じね、ナディアさん。
敵がたくさん。面倒そう。
ここで休息できそうだな。
癒されるわね。
And good, the Martian Garden's right here. So what I'll probably do is we'll clear this, we'll end the video here, and then I'll go into the Martian Garden for like an hour. I don't even know if it'll take me that long just to do the other two runs of both areas, get some extra levels while we're at it. All right, let's do it. Just to put this out there, and I may have mentioned it before, but in the original release of this game in Japan, and this goes for all the releases, it was the same thing in Trails into Reverie. So let me actually start with the Reverie thing that I mentioned. I probably mentioned it when we were playing it. McBurn, and the extra floors of the Reverie corridor were added in a post-launch update. It was not with the launch of the game. And that's a similar thing here. There's extra floors after you clear Trails Through Daybreak 2 in the garden, and at the end of those, there is an extra cutscene that's supposed to serve as like a lead-in to the sequel game. So obviously, once the credits roll, similar to Trails into Reverie, once the credits roll for this game, we will still have more videos to come out. But I don't know how many, because it's just a bunch of empty floors. So I will probably just cut those down, because I'm not just going to have videos of me, you know, clearing mindless floors. So probably just include the actual cutscenes from that post-game content. But we'll see what we got. We are ways away from that. I mean, obviously, they would have a lot of shared acquaintances. Like, I'm sure Elaine has met Sarah before. Damn, I should have used Zero Art. Oh! He ate all of Swin's EP.
わよ輝ける翼のナイツ・オブ・アスカリア
Okay, he's gonna go next. I need to heal Nadia, so let's actually use a 500. Yeah, that's fine. I don't think I'm gonna get hit for more than 700. Oh, but he is gonna respawn. Alright, and you will obviously be able to tell all the crafts that were made for this game are gonna look a lot better than the crafts for the first game. Like, all of Swin, Nadia, and I think those are the main ones to mention right now. But obviously Swin and Nadia have much nicer looking crafts than, you know, Van, Elaine, Agnes, and all of them. Besides the new ones these characters will obviously get. Let's go ahead and do this, actually. Oh, that actually also gives you EP back, so that's nice to kind of have that back. Okay. Nadia's weak again. And lovely. Yeah, may as well just take him out. Alright, and now I can use... Do I take the chance of Nadia going down? I really don't want to. Well, it missed Nadia, so that's a plus. There you go. Take that. There you have it. Alright, so we're going to end things off here. So next time I'll have done all the farming that I want to do. And I'll probably do that in between parts every floor we get. As long as I remember. I may wait for every couple of floors just to kind of grind out the extra stuff. But yeah, so that's going to be it, guys. Hope you all enjoyed. Don't forget to subscribe if you're new to the channel. I'll see you all next time. Have a wonderful day, everyone.